All right, shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America and to tell the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the true children of Israel, and that salvation is for you and only you. And to tell these other nations that mainly Babylon is American, that they're going in slavery after it's destroyed. We definitely want to give double honors to the elders, blessings to the elect, and all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. I mean, in 2013 now, it's really going to get real out here. Isaiah 13. Because, you know what I'm saying, they didn't pass all these laws. They came out with this NDAA 2013. It's all kinds of stuff that's going on out here. They're about to start implementing concentration camps and the chip. So it's really about to get bad out here.
Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as a chase road.
That's right. It should be as a chase road. A road is a deer. And that's going to represent a lot of confusion. A chase road, when you hunting and you hunting for a deer, deer's not just gonna stand there, it's gonna run, it's gonna zigzag, it's gonna cause confusion. That's how these people gonna be out here. They're gonna be like that chase road. They're gonna be like a deer in headlights. Go ahead.
Just add on what he was saying, like they're not standing, they're not sitting ducks now. It's like I Am Legend. But then he couldn't get those things shot while he was moving.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All these, once this famine manifests, once gas prices is outrageous, once this hyperinflation hits, once this dollar crash, you're gonna be like a chase row out here. You're gonna be going to and fro. And it's gonna be really bad. Go ahead.
And it shall be as the chase road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land.
That's right. Every man gonna turn to his own people. So whichever nation that you are, that's the nation that you gonna rock with. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites gonna roll with the Israelites, because that's who they trust. They not gonna be with the so-called white man. Why? Because the so-called white man gonna be with the so-called white man. He's gonna be out west and in the good neighborhoods in the suburbs, and he gonna leave you in the inner cities to your own devices. So is the Chinese. So is the Arabs. You ain't never seen no Arab in a Moabite, so-called Chinaman partying like that. So they're definitely not gonna be like that in those days. And he said that they should go into their own land. Read that.
They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land.
That's right, wherever you reside in. And here in Omaha, most of the Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, well, most of Judah, so to speak, is on the north side, so that's where all the Negroes gonna be. Issachar over south, that's where Issachar is gonna be. The white people out west, that's where they gonna be. But guess what? That's where all the food is, that's where all the commodities is gonna be. So that's where we gonna go to take that shit.
And even on another level, them fleeing into their own lands is talking about them going back to overseas to their own lands. At a point in time, everybody thought, you can come to America, set up a business and prosper and get rich and all of that, but it's not, that's not the thing right now, because America's falling, and these other nations see that. That's why all the jobs is going overseas, because they going with them jobs.
That's a good point that you said that, because I was watching Doomsday Preppers, and it was a so-called Jew. He was a prepper in, I believe, Pittsburgh, and when they did the update, they said that they going back to Jerusalem, where Jews are so-called protected. Why? Because it's getting bad here in America. If you're a prepper in America, then you already know what's going down in America. So you're trying to prepare for the worst. So he said, man, forget preparing for the work for America. I'm just going to go back to Israel, where Jews are so-called protected.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
That's right. If you're on the wrong side, you're going to be thrust through. If you're an Israelite and you rocking with the Edomites, they might thrust you through. If you're an Israelite and you rocking with the Edomites and the Israelites see you, they might thrust you through for being with the enemy.
And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Hey, the scripture says it plain. You're going to fall by the sword in those days.
Yeah, because remember, like it said, it's going to be like a chase road, man. Meaning people going to be running here, running there, hiding and ducking. Because it ain't going to be you can just walk down the street and maybe you run into a house that got food in it. You're going to have to survival of the fittest. People going to be hunting people. People going to be hunting animals.
There's not going to be no food in the stores. Martial law is going to be on every corner. You know what I'm saying? You might have your spots here and there where society might be so-called still intact. You see, you might see some people at their job or whatnot. But once you go 2 blocks down the corner around the street, it can be all hell out, all hell chaos. But still, it's going to be real bad out here, man. It's not going to be the world that you know it as now. It's gonna be a whole nother place.
Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
That's right, ain't nobody exempt from this. Little kids, children are gonna be dashed to pieces in front of your eyes. You're not gonna be able to feed your child. People are not gonna have no pity on your child. That child might be a meal to them in that day. And a child can't defend himself against a grown man. So what you think's gonna happen? What you think gonna be the outcome? It's gonna be survival of the fittest. And children are not fit for warfare. Plain and simple. So if you're not protected by one of the men of the Lord, you're gonna fall by the sword. Or you might fall into that famine. Or you might fall by disease.
Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished.
That's right. Somebody might run up in your house. They might rape your wife right in front of you. It's going to be bad times. The evil days.
They showed you that in Katrina, when everything got out of quote-unquote order, what was going on and what people's mindset was. You know what I'm saying? The whites like turned back, they pointing guns at the the blacks. Everybody in the Superdome, you had numerous accounts of women being raped, and that was just in that little small spot right there. So imagine when that is all over the whole country. That's why I say you should flee from a bear and run into a lion, escape from the lion, go into a house and lean upon a wall and a snake bite you. There's gonna be no escaping it because it's gonna be so much chaos. It's gonna be everywhere. That's why the only thing that is gonna be able to protect you is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. That's why you have to wake the hell up and you have to get in these scriptures. And you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get in that, get your faith right, man. Not the faith that the church teach you. They don't teach you no faith. They teach you just pray and pay your tithes. You gotta actually trust in the Lord and believe in the Lord. And you gotta know that name. Because in them days when it's too crazy, who you gonna pray to? You gonna have to know that name. You ain't gonna be listening to no Jesus, no Yahweh, no Yahshua. He spoke Hebrew, his name is Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. can't find it. Just get to me with that.
Isaiah 13 and verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver.
That's talking about the Russians right there. Because little do you know, a third world war is coming. This whole hotbed in Syria is one of the main plateaus that's going to pop that off, as well as definitely Iran. But Syria is the catalyst that's going to springboard for Iran. It said the Medes, what did it say?
Verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver.
You're not going to be able to pay them off. You're not going to be able to pay those Russians off once them hooks is fully in, and they turn back to them ways, and they ready to destroy America. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no monetary value that you can give them, gold, silver, or fiat currency. Once they're ready to make war with America, war is on.
And as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
It's not going to be of use to you. You can't pay them off.
Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces.
That's right. Over there and over here. Once that third world war pops off in the Middle East, you know what I'm saying? If you in the military, you gonna die in them days. And if you over here, they gonna shoot them missiles over here, and you gonna catch that fiery drop. You gonna die. You gonna burn. Scripture say the tongue gonna consume in your mouth, and your eyes gonna dissolve. Only thing that caused that is the missile. The elements gonna melt with fervent heat. And everything is made of elements.
Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb.
That's right. Like I said before, ain't nobody exempt. The fruit of the womb, that's your children. Your children gonna burn up in the missiles too. Why? Because they got to get judged from their previous life as well as this life. Even if you've been feeding your child pork, it's your child. He don't know no better, but you should have known better. So now he got to pay for his sins.
Some parents, they know better, they just don't give it them.
They under grace.
Yeah, that's where that grace come in, man. Because you got some, you got prophets out there that got kids. Their kids might not stay with them, And they can't really do too much about they kids being fed pork or doing holidays and all that. But as being a man of the Lord, just do what you gotta do. And then, that grace will bestow upon them as well. If the Lord save you, it might be a possibility he'll save your kids too. But you still can't get mad if the Lord he has to take your kids out. Because that's just a judgment,
Everything is done by the Lord's will.
God.
Their eyes shall not spare children. In Babylon, the glory of the king, the glory of kingdoms,
America,
the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
And how did he do that? He did it with fire. So Sodom and Gomorrah went out with fire. America's going out the same way. That's the only way that you can purge this land. It has to be cleansed. It's never going to be inhabited again. But this land needs to be destroyed. All the atrocities that go on in this land. You got the woman ruling over men. Definitely homosexuality runs rampant. They're pushing this so-called democracy up and down the world. It's utter confusion. You don't know if